So, I didn't want to get back into doing do not buy videos, but I absolutely have to with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown because I can't even play the game at this point, just like hundreds of other people that have spent extra money to play early. And I will say that as soon as they have it fixed, if they ever fix it, then I will jump on the game, try it, and I mean, hopefully it goes the way of tips and tricks rather than it going the way of rants. But I absolutely have to speak about this because I've been researching issues regarding this game like all day long pretty much. And the more I have a look, the more I find out, including a gigantic known issues list regarding the game on almost every platform. So first off, to explain it all and the reason why this is a do not buy this game, which is, if you buy this game, the gold edition, it's £70 on Steam. You are supposed to get 7 days early access because the game officially launches on the 12th of September. With gold, you can play as of the 5th. But the problem with that is if you've bought the game through Steam or even through a third-party site like CD Keys, it still doesn't work. You can't actually download the game. They haven't unlocked the advanced access for all players. There are some people through both CD Keys and Steam that have actual access, and then there are quite a lot of people that don't. And they've made sure to add it to their FAQ. If you buy from a third-party seller, you're not getting the pre-order bonus, which unlocks advanced access. But it's happening for people that are buying officially through Steam as well, and some people through CD Keys are able to access it. So say you buy it on Steam, 70 quid, can't even download the game. It says available the 12th of September. So you've paid for a week early access, you still can't play for a week. But then, to put icing on top of that part of the cake, once you do get in, if you manage to download the game, you start loading it, you can't actually log into the servers. And this was a problem through their demos and everything. I complained about it before, because trying to start a race was diabolical. It pretty much didn't happen. And they've decided to go always online only with this title. There is no offline mode for this game whatsoever, and I don't think they plan to add it in. On top of all of that, I have heard that some of the developers have gone on strike, so things are going to stay very, very shit for this game, probably for a very long time. And I mean, going back a few years, Outriders had server issues at launch. They lasted 4 days, so there is a possibility that the server issues for this game will continue way past the official launch on the 12th of September, because they've already had months and months to get this stuff sorted. Due to it being an issue during the demo, they would have had a lot of feedback about the servers and just haven't bothered fixing them. And there are people left, right and centre, because I'm one of the people that can't even download the game. But there are people left, right and centre saying that they've got into the game, they've got into the queue, and out of 256 people in the queue, they are 800th. Then they drop to 600, then they drop to 200, then they go to 30 odd out of 256, then boom, they jump back up to 800 plus, and they can't actually log into the game. Then there are people saying they log into the game, they can't create a character because that's broken. Then there's people saying that they create a character, they go to start a race, then they get booted off the servers, and then they can't log in again. So the game is it's an astronomical fuck up. It is so bad. This is the worst release of this year. But then they've put if you're having issues, check out our Discord. So I thought, okay, I'll accept the invite to the Discord server and I'll have a look. And then I noticed under their Solar Crown category or tab, whatever you want to call it, on their Discord server, they have a known issues list. So besides the advanced access unlock not working properly, and besides the servers being dreadful, they also have known issues, and there are so many of these. So for an example, connecting several accessories to a wheel causes them to randomly stop working, happens on PC. Then they've got no tactile or haptic effect on Logitech devices, that happens on both PC and Series X with the G923 or the Logitech Pro. They've also got, after disconnecting a wheel, the game crashes on reconnection with the G923. I'm very glad if I was able to access the game, I'd be very glad that I don't play with my steering wheel, because I have the G923. And they've got rotation angle of physical and in-game wheels are not synced. This happens with all Logitech steering wheels, so they made a racing game where the steering wheels don't fucking work. They've also got device doesn't allow to move stickers on liveries. That's with the Fanatec and Thrustmaster wheels. Then they've got inputs are lacking for certain actions. That's with a Hori Racing Wheel Apex PS, whatever that is. It's a PlayStation 5 wheel. And then they've got known issues around gameplay. So this is Steam. Under programming, notifications at the end of Lifestyle Battle daily events are absent. The Rising Star trophy doesn't unlock when the last placement race is a DNF. And then we go from programming into AI. The AIs take too much time to respawn on track within all races. The AI opponents' drivers are unnatural during the Making Big Waves race in Sheko, District 9. The AI have a strange behaviour at the end of the live event race 2 during the event Citron 2CV anniversary. So every single race on the Steam version of this game, the AI take too long to respawn. Then we go to graphics. The camera goes through the building models, and that's during the start of 2 live events. The camera goes through the ground at the end of live event race 1. End Steam can be rolled over in Aberdeen inside an end Steam area by jumping off a cliff. It's possible to crush NPCs in Victoria Peak if you take a specific path. The car can hit NPCs present in a district or District 4 by jumping from a slope at high speed. So you can crush and squash NPCs in this game. It's possible to get inside an enclosed area with multiple severe missing collisions in Victoria Peak. It's possible to enter an enclosed area by jumping off a cliff. Multiple buildings or enclosed areas in Victoria Peak can be entered by jumping off a cliff. So you can do a lot of jumping off cliffs in this game. And I mean, that's exactly what their servers have done. The servers today have just jumped off a cliff. And then we move from the AI, the programming, the graphics, we move to design. Selected races are missing from the high stakes and hotheads daily event notification when it begins or when high stakes change. The Lancia Stratos, Delta HF and the Alpine A110 cannot perform off-road races. The type of lifestyle battles absent from the notification. DNF attempts are absent from the high stakes and hotheads leaderboard. Then we go to UI. The hotheads leaderboard and finish screen omit hours when displaying long times. The rush hour UI doesn't update in real time in the lobby when someone else triggers it during a high stakes daily event. Multiple issues with the tachometer UI of the Caterham 7620R. I'm probably going to butcher a lot of these car names and stuff, but oh well, we move on. Then we go into compatibility. With the PS5 controller, the power of the adaptive triggers option is inconsistent. The application doesn't launch on Steam Deck. Then we have others. Networking. The traffic AIs are affected by a desync when other users' vehicles are nearby those traffic AIs. Performance. Graphical issues on the side of Lambo. Windshield when in first-person view or cockpit view. Balancing. The long gearbox makes the Citroen 2CV extremely fast. Oh no, so a car goes fast. Dynamics. Sometimes the buggy bounces off a landing to start spinning in the air. For the avatar, the Solar Pass Legendary Avatar Skin's visor blocks the view in FPP view in every vehicle with different positions. Then pedestrians, it's possible to access the gated community at the top of Victoria Peak and run over NPCs. For the sound, multiple engine sound issues with the McLaren MP412C. And VA, the tyres of the Ferrari 250 GTO clip through the car's body when turning with the lowest suspension settings. So that's Steam. Now we move on to PS5. For the AI, inappropriate AI behaviour during during 2 different races, one being a sprint, one being clan, and then during the race deja vu in multiple areas. Then AI racers are consistently slamming into a wall during the putting on an exhibition race. Then Sports Complex Circuit B, AI racers slam the player's car at the race start, so you get battered by the AI. The AI opponents struggle to drive in the rain in 2 different races or 2 different areas. The AI opponents struggle to navigate the gravel section of the peak-to-peak race in Victoria Peak. The AI opponents, their cars pile up at the finish line of the Crown Jewel Amethyst race. They also drive off a cliff in the On the Same Wavelength race in Shek O. So yeah, the AI opponents are even wanting to end themselves because of how bad this fucking game's been put together. And then we go into design on the PlayStation 5. Even though the surface is wet, slick tyres are recommended for multiple different races and districts and stuff, but it's also possible to reach an area under the Solar Hotel, causing other issues, including an out of bounds. But then we have performance. Your FPS drops to 30, being in performance mode, during a clan race, a race, and another, like, the exhibition race or whatever. Your FPS repeatedly drops to 30 after reaching the 7th checkpoint during the Go Underground race, being in performance mode, so they know exactly where it's happening in the races, they just haven't got around to fixing it. But there's also multiple FPS drops during the Sports Complex Circuit A race in performance mode. There's significant performance drops during the Mount Parker race in Quarry Bay, short performance drop at the beginning of the East Coast Trip race in Chai 1, small performance drops during the Walk in the Park race in Causeway Bay, multiple performance drops during a shit ton of different races in different areas of the game. Also, screen tearing can be seen in the night sky while you're in graphics mode. So where the graphics are most important, there's a shitload of screen tearing. Then for dynamics, the car bounces unnaturally in a tunnel at 25% of the Crown Jewel NACA race, whatever that is, and it also bounces unnaturally early during the West Coast Trip race in Western District. Then we have programming under Other. Slamming into certain sloped surfaces doesn't reset trim levels, and networking resource sync error happens in race loading. Then we go to the Series S. Performance. At dawn, FPS drops below 26 in free roam on a specific location in Happy Valley District. FPS also drops below 26 in free roam on a specific location in Titan District. Starting the Granite Quarry Rush race for the first time causes background flickering. Multiple FPS drops below 26 during a couple of different races, and then FPS drops below 26 at the start of the Escape to the Country race. FPS drops below 26 during multiple races at very, very specific percentages of completion. For an example, the North Face race under 35%, the HKCEC to and fro race at 98% completion. That's where your FPS is going to drop. And then we have others. Networking. Other cars suffer from desync in multiplayer races and free roam. And for the AI opponents completely stop during the under the radar race. So you have like loads and loads of problems across all the different platforms. They are aware of them. They would have been around for a long time. They haven't bothered to fucking fix any of them. Just like they haven't fixed their advanced access unlock. They haven't fixed their servers, their logins, their errors, their queues, or anything like that whatsoever. But what they have done is they've made everyone fully aware that they're working on a year one roadmap where they've got all this DLC coming out, adding things to the game that should have been in the game at launch. But even missing a load of content at launch, they still couldn't even get that right. So I mean, if what we've just gone through isn't enough to put you off the game, I don't know what possibly can. But this game is the worst release of 2024. And there's only 3 months to go. We're 9 months in, and this is by far the worst release by a long shot that I have experienced this year. It is an absolute joke that they're even allowed to sell this game. They have their AI jumping off cliffs. Is that bad? Their own AI doesn't even want to be in their game. I think that says it all. So yeah, if you was even thinking of considering buying Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, give the developers time. They need at least 6 months before people consider buying this game. It's going to take them so long to sort it out. I don't even think the advanced access unlock will ever be sorted. So I think people waiting are going to have to wait the full week. So they would have paid extra money for absolutely nothing. The devs and publishers won't do anything about it either. There won't be compensation. There won't be refunds opened up unless people kick off enough to the point where it basically goes across all the different media outlets regarding gaming and stuff. Like, I think if everyone talks about this, there is a chance something will be done. But I don't think that's going to be the case because there are people saying, oh, this game's being review bombed already. Oh, look at the people that aren't happy review bombing the game. Like, if your game's broken, then complain about it. You have every fucking right to. But these developers, these publishers are an absolute joke. This game, I'm going to class it as a scam because you either can't download it, or you can't log in, or your queues are messed up to the point where it seems as though simple maths is a fucking complex task for these people that work on this game. And to top it all off, to put the final bit of icing on the cake, I've heard that there's a lot of strikes going on within the companies, so it's just going to take them so long to fix it. Do not buy Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown from the launch, the advanced access launch or whatever. It is an absolute joke. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about all of this in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.